My name is Calliope, and I'm going to be working with you today. How are you doing today? Okay, I hope by the time you leave this session you feel even just the littlest bit better. Would you mind just telling me your name? Okay, I have you right here. Very good. And is that your preferred name, and how do you like to be addressed? Okay. Alrighty, excellent. So it looks like today we are doing a Trager Approach session. Have you ever had a Trager Approach session before? Okay. Do you know what it is? Would you like me to explain a little bit for you? Okay, perfect. So, Trager Approach it's hard to say that it's just a modality. It's really an all-encompassing topic, right? It's not like, Swedish or deep tissue massage, like this little technique in a series of something, but instead there's so much to it. It's really almost a way of life. A lot of us Trager practitioners like to say that this is a mind and body re-education treatment, right? So with Trager, we aren't pushing your body, we're not pushing past your limits or what you can do, but we are embracing and enjoying what your body is capable of at this point in time. It's extraordinarily gentle, and we're really just working with your body as if myself and you are a team, right? Yeah, so it's not going to be painful in any way. It shouldn't, especially with Trager. We don't want to have that constriction, right? If we feel pain or discomfort, our first inclination is to pull back, right? Is to constrict and protect ourselves, right? So with Trager, we don't want to do that. We want to really just have you explore your body's range of movement and feel at one with yourself, right? Your body is a whole connected organism, right? But sometimes we feel like things have a bit of a disconnect, that things are a little disjointed, right? Especially when we have pain, especially when we're not feeling well, okay? So for the procedure, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you lie down face up first on the table, and we're going to start with your head, your neck, your shoulders. Generally, I go into the arms next, and then we'll work down your body. We'll turn you over, things like that. So with Trager, it's a lot of question and answer, and we're seeing, how would this feel if we did this? Is this comfortable? Tell me exactly what you're feeling right now, kind of deal. It's very inquisitive, right? Yeah, so nothing should ever be painful or uncomfortable. It's very important that you let us know if it is, because we really don't want that for you, right? We're not trying to push you. We're not trying to push past any limits that your body has. So this approach deals with a lot of lengthening and a lot of rolling, a lot of bouncing movements, right? So, for example, when we're working in with the arms and the shoulders, sometimes I might grab onto your arm and we'll kind of bounce it around, right? And we really want to encourage that you relax completely, like you are a rag doll, right? If you ever play video games and some of them have a rag doll mode in which your whole body becomes limp, like it's boneless, that's kind of what we want to go for. So we want a real limp, relaxed feeling in your body. That's where we can get that full range of movement. That's where we can show you how your body can do some of these things. Look at how it can move. Look at the different ways that your body's connected, how it works together, right? It's almost a spiritual experience, really, to just be in that moment, okay? All right, do you have any questions for me at all about the Trager approach? Okay, yeah, it's been around for quite a long time, so I think it was started by a man named Milton Trager, and he developed this around the time that polio was still very prevalent. He worked on a lot of people that had polio, complications from polio, like paralysis and things like that. And he started it at a really young age. And since then, it's become a pretty popular thing. So, and I hope you'll see why. So I wanted to ask you real quick about any pain in your body. What kind of level is it at where you are experiencing any pain? Okay. All right. Okay, very good. All right, and that pain, how would you rate it on a scale from 0 to 10? With 0 being no pain at all and 10 being the worst pain you've ever experienced. Okay. All right, very good. So we're going to get you set up on the table. I'm going to go ahead and sanitize my hands real quick. Is there anything that you're going to be needing right off the bat? Like, is the temperature of the room okay? Do you think you'll need a blanket or anything? Okay, I will check in with you when we get you all set up as well. Sometimes we don't think we need anything, but then we get on the table and realize that maybe it is a little chilly, or we want a little extra support with a pillow or something like that, okay? All right, so I'm going to sanitize my hands. And for this treatment, I am going to need to be touching you. Is that okay with you? Do I have your permission to do that? Okay, very good. So, luckily we're not going to get into any potentially awkward places. Trager Approach is excellent since we can do this fully clothed. There's no oils, there's no lotions. It's very easy, and there's not any cleanup or anything involved like that. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get you set up, and we'll chat all the way through it about what we're doing, and I'll see you on the other side, okay? Okay. Hey, are you comfortable? Okay, wonderful. So since we've got you down on the table here, would you like a blanket or a pillow? Do you feel like you need any sort of support anywhere? Okay, yeah, we can definitely do that. So I have a little towel here, and let me just go ahead and roll that up, and we'll put it underneath your legs here, okay? So if you could just lift up your legs a little bit. Okay, there we go. And you can put them back down. Does that feel a little better? Do you feel a little bit more supported? Okay, That's excellent. Very good. So I am going to be starting at your head, okay? So I'm going to be behind you for the beginning, and I'll let you know what I'm doing. We'll do a little bit of question answer, okay? All right, so I'm just going to pop behind you, all right? Okay, so how are we doing? All right, so we're going to start with the head, the neck, and the shoulders, okay? So I'm just going to take your head, and you can leave your eyes open, you can close them, whatever you'd like, okay? And we're just gonna start by seeing where your movement goes here. So I'm going to be supporting you the entire time, okay? So as I'm rolling your head back and forth here, are you noticing any sort of pain at all? Okay, very good. So please, again, let me know if there's any pain at all. There shouldn't be in this treatment. It's very calm, it's very relaxed. We want you to feel as safe as possible, okay? So I'm just gonna support your head, and we're gonna do some rocking, a little bit of rolling maybe. We're just being a little in tune with your body. And we can see your neck moving. We can get a little movement in your shoulders. We're really working on just showing you how if I move this one part of your body, how the rest of your body follows suit, how it's all connected, okay? It's almost like a little dance, really, a little symphony. You need all the parts to make a beautiful working organism, right? In general. Okay, so now we're gonna work in the neck here, and we might do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of lengthening, just so we can relieve some of the pressure off of your muscles, off of your bones, especially with the vertebrae, right? And even more especially with the vertebrae in the neck. Oftentimes we crunch our necks, we turn them, we are constantly doing things to them, moving them in ways that they were maybe not made to move in such a way, or maybe for that long, or in that position for a certain duration of time, right? So we're just relieving the pressure off of your neck, and we're working to just move your body, roll it around, okay? And then let's see about the shoulders here. So I might pick up your shoulders a bit, okay? How does this feel? With my hands underneath your shoulders, supporting you here. How does this feel? Okay. All right, very good. So I'm just going to roll your body back and forth, okay? We can see that movement. I can see your rib cage moving. We get a little bit of movement in the hips, in the arms, okay? We want you to be as limp and relaxed as possible. All right. Very good. Okay. So if you could just take a deep breath in for me. And exhale out of your mouth. Good. Just let your body feel really heavy. Heavy, relaxed, supported. supported. Let me take the weight off of you. Take another deep breath in and out. Very good, very good. Deep breath in and out. Excellent. So I'm going to let your shoulders lay down along the table, and I'm going to come to one side here. And I'm going to work in with your arms, okay? So I've just got one of your arms here, and we're going to just let that lay off of the table, and I might grab it and bounce it a bit, okay? We want it really loose and really limp, really relaxed. Just letting your body relax. Just giving you a moment to let that arm just relax. Okay. How is your arm feeling right now? Okay. Very good. All right. Is there anything that would make it better right now? Okay. So, just gonna roll your arms around a little bit. We're just playing with how it moves. Okay. I'm gonna drop that over the table again. When I say drop, I don't mean I'm just letting you fall. I'm just putting you to the point where I can let go. Give you a bit of a jostle here. And let's see if we can lengthen out a little bit. Just pulling a little bit here. Okay. How's your arm feeling? All right, very good. So I'm gonna come in under your shoulder. Okay. So I'm gonna lift your shoulder up. All right, I'm gonna support this shoulder. How does this feel? Does that feel okay? Okay, we're just going to bring that in, roll it around. Might grab your arm and jostle it around a bit. There's a lot of movement in this body work because we are teaching your body that it can move in certain ways unobstructed, and we don't have to think about it. It'll just do what we need it to do. If you think about it, when we're kids, we don't generally, most of us, think about having any pain. Maybe sometimes some illness, or if we fall down or, have an injury, then we think about it. But a lot of how our body is trained is because it remembers what has happened to it, right? If you start feeling a pain in your shoulder, for example, you start doing things so that that pain isn't as noticeable. And because of that, sometimes we're putting ourselves in positions that actually make the structure worse. But we just don't want to feel pain in there anymore, right? So we find restriction, constriction, and we stop doing certain things so that it doesn't hurt anymore. And here we're teaching the body that it's okay to move around. It's okay to explore this little bit of range of movement we have, even if it's not a normal wide range of movement. We're giving it the building blocks to move in a better way. When I support your arm like this and it feels loose and limp and free, we're telling your body that this is how it could feel like. We just have to remember this. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to come back to your head here. Okay, so now that we have started in on one arm, I want to test your head, your neck, and shoulder relationship here, okay? So we're just kind of gonna roll you back and forth again. See if there's any more movement here. If there's anything further we can do. Or if we need to do a little bit more lengthening, loosening with your body. Okay. Just going to press down on the shoulders here, tops of the shoulders. How is this feeling right now for you? Okay. All right, very good. I'm getting some good movement here. So I think that we're safe enough to move forward. Okay, that all right with you? Good. That means that we are going to move to the other side so that we work on your other arm here. Okay. All right, so we've got your arm here, and I'm just going to take it, and we're going to bounce it around a little. We're going to see what the range of movement is like. It's very easy movements, very fluid movements. How is this feeling for you? Okay. Very good. We want that arm to be very relaxed, very limp. Okay. Almost sort of shaking out the tension here. And letting your arm go. Okay. Just letting it hang real loose. Okay, here we go. Shaking your arm out. Okay. Letting it go loose. Very good. Very good. Just like a rag doll. Very good. Alright, so we're going to get into the shoulder here. So How does it feel when I lift up your shoulder here, when I'm supporting the weight of your shoulder? Okay. All right. And what if I roll your arm around? Is this okay? Okay. Very good. All right. I'm going to roll your shoulder around here. Just feeling that full range of movement that you have here. Do a little stretch here, little lengthening, little rolling, little bouncing. Very good. Okay. And let your arm hang off the edge. Real loose, real limp, very relaxed. Very good. Okay. There. So I'm going to move back to your head. And then we're going to recheck again, okay? All right, just rolling your head around, rolling the neck around, making sure that you are supported the whole time, making sure that I have contact with you the whole time. It's very easy, wave-like movements. And we'll lift up your shoulders a bit and we'll roll them back and forth. Just doing these little rolls, maybe lengthening this out. You have your head tilted to one side and the other, getting a nice little stretch. Very good. Very good. Okay. So we're going to come forward here and I'm going to have your arms just to the side here, okay? Just like that. And this time we're going to do a little bit of shaking, but I'm going to have my hands on you the whole time. So I'm moving you back and forth, almost like a rocking motion. And with this rocking motion, you can see that even though I'm rocking around your rib cage here, all the way down to your feet, you can feel that movement, that looseness. Just moving down your body to get that loose, limp feeling. Okay? And see the vibration. Just going back and forth and back and forth. Our whole body is a whole connected system. It's not just an arm and a shoulder and a shoulder. Your body is separate pieces all connected together. Okay, and if we move down to the legs here, I have one leg, and we can do that bit of shaking down it all the way to your feet shaking back and forth here. Okay? We move to the other side and move down the other leg, shaking back and forth. You can feel a little bit of vibration up in your rib cage, your neck, your head. Just that little bit of movement back and forth. Okay. Maybe I'll take one of your legs here and we'll just kind of shake it out. Okay? How does this feel? Okay. Very good. Very good. And what about if we grab a foot here and we just shake it out, roll the ankle. How is that? Okay. Is there anything that would make it feel better at all? Okay. Shaking it out, rolling it. Doing very gentle stretches. Very gentle stretches. Okay. We'll go to the other side. And we'll take your other leg here. Okay. We'll shake it out a bit. Roll it around. How is this? Okay, very good. Rolling around. Very good. How is this feeling for you? Okay, that's great. Just rolling your ankles, shaking your feet back and forth. Very good. Okay, that's great. All right, I'm just going to climb back up the legs and give them that little bit of vibration. Up your belly, up to your rib cage and your shoulders. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna have you flip over, okay? And I will see you in just a moment. Okay, so we're gonna work with your arms, your back, and your legs, okay, primarily. And then when we finish, we'll go ahead and finish with your head, all right? When you're back face up on the table. So just going to roll your shoulders around here, okay? I want you to feel like your shoulder, your scapula, it's not stuck to your back, it's not stuck to the rib cage, but instead can move as it pleases. It's not hindered to one spot. Okay? Back and forth, back and forth. We can do a little bit of stretch. And we can do a little bit of that rolling. Then we have your arm. We can take that and just do a little bit of that bouncing and rocking motion. Okay, we can let it just hang off of the edge. And pick it up. Just encouraging your body to really loosen up. Okay, and if I do that to the other side here. You take your shoulder and roll it around and give it a little stretch. Okay. How does this feel for you? Okay, very good. All right, and we'll take your arm and just let it be loose and limp and relaxed. Let it hang off the edge. Pick it up. Shake it out. Shaking out all the tension. Okay, now we have your back here. So we're going to do a little bit of lengthening here. Okay, so I've got one hand that's at the top of your spine, the other at the bottom. I'll do a little bit of lengthening here. We want to relieve some of the pressure on your vertebrae. We want to open up some space. Give them a moment to not feel so pounded down. Very good. Just letting that lengthen. You want to take a deep breath in for me. And exhale out of your mouth. Inhale. Exhale out of your mouth. Inhale. And exhale out of your mouth. Good. We'll just do some of that rocking back and forth. Back and forth. You can feel your head move a bit. You can feel that rocking motion down your legs. Even your feet are moving a little bit. It's all connected. It's all one big piece. Lots of little pieces that make up one large piece. Okay? We'll move down the legs. And just shake them out, just like we're doing with your back. Just moving down, shaking everything out. Taking hold of your foot, just giving it a little shake. I can see up your leg, through your back, even your arms are all moving when I move you. Okay? And if we go up that leg and to the other side and down this other leg, shaking your leg out, a little vibration down the leg, down to your feet. How does this feel to you? Okay, very good. Just shaking you out. Shaking out your body and then working back up your leg. Working up to your back, okay? We're just gonna rock you back and forth here. Back and forth and back and forth. Just gentle little motions here. Very gentle. Just slow little motions. Slow and gentle like ocean waves. Slow and gentle like ocean waves. Slow and gentle until we finally just lift off. Okay, so now finally I'm going to have you flip back onto your front, and I'm going to finish off with your head once more, okay? All right, I'll see you in a moment then. Okay, so I might be out of view, but I'm right behind you here, okay? And I've got your head cradled in my hands, and we're just going to do just like when we opened. We're going to do very soft little rolling movements here. And we're just going to bring a little bit more looseness, a little more limpness into your head, your neck, and your shoulders here. We start with the head and neck. We end with the head and neck. All right? Okay, so just rolling back and forth, maybe doing just a touch of stretching. Not very much, just enough. Rolling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay? There we go. We want your body to just be as loose, limp, and relaxed as possible. We want your body to remember that it can be loose and limp. It doesn't have to feel like it's constricted. It doesn't have to feel like you can't move a certain way. All right? Okay, so just gonna roll you even gentler, gentler, and gentler still until my hands just float off. So that concludes our Trager Approach session for the bodywork portion, okay? So I'm going to have you in your own time get up, okay? We'll have you sit up. You don't have to stand, but I can help you sit up. And then we can go in with the second portion of the Trager Approach session, okay? I'll see you in just a moment. Hey, how are you doing? Okay, very good. So while I have you up, I wanted to go through with you the second part of the Trager Approach. So the bodywork isn't the only thing we do with Trager. Another thing that we do is something called Menastics. And Menastics is essentially like these little self-care exercises, and it's to help you feel more connected with your body, to help you remember these free and easy feelings in between trigger sessions, okay? So the first one that I want to do is I want you to hold your head up high, okay? I want you to have your back just very, very comfortably straight, okay? You don't have to be real stiff and rigid, but you could be comfortably straight. And you're going to want to tuck in your chin a little bit, okay? So that the back of your head is as high as it can go. And what I want you to do is I want you to kind of explore the movement a little bit in your head and your neck. So almost like a bobblehead type movement, okay? we're just going to do little tiny movements here and there, and just kind of get acquainted with how this feels. What I want you to try not to do is look for any pain, right? Sometimes we do a certain motion so we can see where it is that it hurts so that we don't go that far. That's not what I want you to do, okay? I want you to just explore these little motions here and there, okay? Just little bits, and just kind of find that comfortable spot, all right? Okay, and the second exercise that we're going to do is something called a shoulder backstroke, okay? So for this, your shoulders are going to not come up very much, okay? We don't need them to do something like this, all right? We just need a little bit of movement, and we're going to roll it backwards, okay? Just real slow. Move it backwards. You'll feel a stretch in your chest. You might even feel it down along your rib cage as well, okay? So you'll do one side and the other. All right, you might feel a little bit cracking. Just one side and the other. All right, just a little tiny roll. Okay, just a little bit. You can feel your arms move a bit. And just back and forth, okay? We're just letting your shoulders roll around a little bit, okay? I don't want you to force it. I don't want you to push past to the point of pain, okay? These are just little things to help you feel a little more relaxed, a little more in control of your body and how it's connected, okay? All right, so do you have any last questions for me? Anything that I can do for you at all? Okay, very good. So then that's going to end our Trager Approach session. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that I can see you again, okay? All right, thank you so much for coming to this session. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night. Thank you. Goodbye now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like this video if you want to, comment if you'd like to, and subscribe